Mr. Speaker, that is what you said.
You are being carried away by your
Mr.
anger.
Speaker,
You are not listening.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
Honorable member.
Omagina article 97 G and H so. Ere Bagbin neka. Ye Bagbin kan ye ne de. Si ye nyina ye behwe the spirit of a year article 97 no a. Anka nya no kure. Na ne bi je ndimi nka bi. Woni bi je MPP ndimi nka bi. Akufo adu tintin.
There is a fire on the mountain. Run. Are you Ebusia Parliament and Ija Atomu?
A paper at anybody.
Mr. Speaker.
I never said that.
That's exactly what you said. Let the answer check it. Mr. Speaker, that is what you said.
You are being carried away by your anger. You are not listening.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
Honorable member, I don't want to proceed to make some orders. Please resume your seat. I'm very serious about that.
Mr. Speaker.
Please resume.
Hi, let's talk GH rumors. And any first time I'm sure my mistress of the subscriber and fee. What click your notification bell on the said there. You upload any video be on sabiti me a mistress say be like in our share so I'm a for about the share. Now a honorable Bagbin, the Speaker of Parliament. Ha waba abeka say or declare 4 seats be our parliament were vacant. Meaning agent say was same. MPs 4, you know. Omu kroya, omu say, omu belonging to this particular party, say be a MPP. Omu say declare say omu person omu ko independent. Inti sa dia omu sit no waje from unsen.
Honorable members, it is important to point out that the Speaker is called upon by the standing orders of Parliament, particularly Order 18, to inform the House of the occurrence of a vacancy of the seat of a member under clause 1B to E, G, and H of Article 97 of the Constitution. Accordingly, I proceed to inform the House that by the notification of the polls, the following members of Parliament have by their actions vacated their seats in Parliament. The members are Honorable Peter Okatakyie Aka, NDC MP for Amenfi Central in the Western Region, now referred to as an independent parliamentary candidate for the same constituency. 2, Honorable Andrew Amwako Asiama, independent member for Fomna constituency in Ashanti Region, now referred to as MPP parliamentary candidate for the constituency. 3, Honorable Kojo Asante, MPP MP for Suhum in the Eastern Region, now referred to as independent candidate for the same constituency. And finally, Honorable Cynthia Mamile Morrison, MPP MP for Agona West constituency in the Central Region, now referred to as independent candidate for the same constituency. These MPs cannot be allowed by law and my good self to continue to pretend to be representing people that they don't believe in and they don't have any loyalty for in this House any longer. The House is accordingly so informed. Honorable members, I thank you for your patience and attention.
Ebusia no said ye honorable Bagbin no. Now obeka asem we ape ana ye honorable Afenyo Markins by no say hey me no mienu hi ye be chini 10 times. So when him say first no na MPP na ye majority caucus e parliament. But se ano based on the seats na ye declare vacant ni no ama se o ma be ye minority. Enti eye Honorable Afenyo Markins onu ana na nka woye majority leader no e de ema parliament but se ade because of vacancy ni se obey minority leader.
Don't listen at all.
Mr. Speaker, I do.
I never said
Mr.
you.
Speaker, you said
I never said you threw a paper at anybody.
Mr. Speaker.
I never said
Speaker,
that.
that's exactly what you said. Let the answer check it. Mr. Speaker, that is what you said.
You are being carried away by your
Mr.
anger.
Speaker,
You are not listening.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
Honorable member, Honorable member,
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
I said the court process
Yes.
was thrown on the table in the office. I never stated it was thrown by you at any person.
Mr. Speaker, you said I allegedly said some bailiffs. Alleged bailiffs.
No.
Mr. Speaker, then clarify.
Please.
Mr. Speaker, with respect,
Listen to me.
Mr. Speaker, I'm listening.
Honorable Majority Leader, I don't want to proceed to make some orders. Please, resume your seat. I'm very serious about that.
Mr. Speaker.
Please, resume your seat. Honorable member, your
I think it is only fair.
Honorable Majority Leader, please address me. I'm taking care of that. Please,
Mr.
let's
Speaker,
listen to each other.
I did indicate that I have filed a process at the Supreme Court. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, the bailiff of the court had attempted to serve the process on the Director of Legal Affairs, and the Director of Legal Affairs and the entire legal directorate refused service because, according to them, there was a circular stating that they can only be served on Mondays. I saw the circular myself. Subsequent to that, I, as hearing the intention of Mr. Speaker to come to a determination in one way or the other, directed service, which is within my rights. Mr. Speaker, yesterday, Parliament was duly served.
Honorable member, please, I didn't want to interrupt you, but you are the majority leader and the leader of this house. As at the time you were directing service yourself, you took the trouble of coming to Parliament with two persons who are alleged to be bailiffs and went to the legal office to yourself, directing officials of the legal office to receive the service. You are a member of Parliament. I am the Speaker. It is my duty to protect your privileges and immunities. In doing so, I had a discussion with the Chief Justice, and we came to an understanding that in the meantime, the Chief Justice issued a directive as to how service of members of Parliament, some officers of Parliament, and the Speaker could be effected. I communicated this to the House and discussed it with you, the leaders. We said that as we go along, we will together, Parliament and the judiciary, particularly led by the Supreme Court, come out with a legislation on this issue of privileges and immunities of Parliament, members of Parliament, and specified officials of Parliament. We discussed this. Based on this discussion, the Chief Justice issued a directive to all registries of courts in the country. And it is stated clearly there that the Speaker can be served on Mondays during working hours. There were reasons why we came to those agreements. You are aware of it. Yet you kept on insisting that service be effected whilst the Speaker was presiding over the proceedings of the House, you as leader of the House, as majority leader, you are saying that this was service because you threw the court processes on the table and walked away? Is that how you effect service? Please, to quote the common parlance, don't go there.
With respect, for the past 12 years, I have accorded you every respect, and I'll continue to do that. Mr. Speaker, the facts you put out are not true. Mr. Speaker, these are credibility issues, so I will respond for the record. Mr. Speaker, somebody has told you something. Mr. Speaker, you reserve the right to be there to make your point. Let me make my point too. Mr. Speaker, no way. Mr. Speaker, no way. Mr. Speaker, whoever told you, Mr. Speaker, whoever told you that I threw a paper at somebody, this has to do with my credibility. I will not allow hands.
Honorable member, you don't listen at all.
Mr. Speaker, I do.
I never said you.
Mr. Speaker, you said
I never said you threw a paper at anybody.
Mr. Speaker,
I never said that.
That's exactly what you said. Let the answer check it. Mr. Speaker, that is what you said.
You are being carried away by your
Mr.
anger.
Speaker,
You are not listening.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
Honorable member. Honorable member.
Mr. Speaker, I'm not angry.
I said the court process was thrown on the table in the office. I never stated it was thrown by you at any person.
Mr. Speaker, you said I allegedly said some bailiffs. Alleged bailiffs.
No.
Mr. Speaker, then clarify.
Please.
Mr. Speaker, with respect,
Listen to me.
Mr. Speaker, I'm listening.
Honorable Majority Leader, I don't want to proceed to make some orders. Please, resume your seat. I'm very serious about that.
Mr. Speaker.
Please, resume your seat. Honorable member, your
coming events cast their shadows. We have Parliament now, elect with the executive.
That one which you mention, we can we are banta, we in Parliament in the hall. Are you butu sano? By Ghana TV 7 can show say who be here say Ghana for you be patronize made in Ghana goods. I'm on my Ghana to me. I couldn't be enough fan to my pa a franny senti. So producing made in Ghana products. We show screen this one numbers be over Mr. So be a short video now they are sending a be promoting ama wayen juice kebia. We yanchu movie as bit me Afenyo number no e be chichi mu e de amount. Afeso so by Ghana TV streaming 247 on YouTube, Roku Box, Afeso e Google Play Store with me a download it now near interactive. Now after say Honorable Bagbin, the Speaker of Parliament, e declare 4 seats vacant no. Just say I spark a lot of speculations and in some bebree media no so na Honorable Okatakyie ablakwa wabeka so say MPP for munkama ntum na yenye ho ade amode aye obi edibi yema mus.
Parliament is run by 3 main pillars: the constitution, the standing orders, and then our conventions. That is what drives Parliament, what undergirds the work of Parliament. And so the hypocrisy and the double standard, when they were doing the same to Honorable Esiama 4 years ago, why didn't they go to the Supreme Court? So they should spare us that. We have work to do. The Ghanaian people are looking up to the new majority to rescue them and to reset Ghana. And that's exactly what we are going to do.
No, just say Honorable Okatakyie ablakwa 4 years ago, MPP, would the BJ will be. It's a monster so moody and no crown guy, or so see on a majority or move by no my baby, Digana for Effie or how. And ye easy crab. Na no pay. ho yɛda sɔre ya no Okatakyie Afrifa ɔno de sɛ wawani tua sɛ asɛm kowu na ankra na asɛm no ewu ɔba wabɛkasa ɛne ɛwɔ kyerɛ mu ankasa oridi ɛyɛ constitution no part ɛkyerɛ sɛ obi eko gina as independent wa bra nipa ko no sa belong to certain party a etumi gina so e declare seat vacant no he wa be chire mu they say o party say speaker enyina so no nhyeda enyina so bia me sure say wo comment bia obeja e wo comment section ho e de amma me na me say sure say obehye so ama afoforo aba behye na eye Okatakyie Afrifa ene wabechire nsemu wankasa
a minority omagina article 97 aye AGNH so Bagbin neka de Bagbin kan ye ne de si ye nyina ye behwe the spirit of aye article 97 no a ankanya no kurewu na ne bi de ndimi nkabi woni bi de MPP ndimi nkabi Ekufuadu tintin wo hye wo se mensa bonsu emie gina sa provision ni so ekopamo eye asiama formina enu achi ya beboa ebi se me ko Afrifa article 97 no kwajo bi article 97 GNH ni enkan hwe article 97 ne se me yeto abama me na se me ba parliament on a ticket as MPP parliamentary candidate parliamentarian min determine se me ye independent candidate in the parliament. How then does that presuppose say me to na me okay name me MPP for be diagro name me ye call the next election me person me stand as independent candidate. How does the predetermine say in the business of the house, because parliament you don't concern yourself with anything that happens outside the parliament. It is the business of the house now parliament. Speaker Abamba be what to show. It is a speaker what to na MPP me kan say free na de kwose ye to aba ne ye county a menya MPP parliamentarian biu me ye independent na wa say o atete sem say wo ba say MPP de na mom next one I say wo beko no wo beko independent. How does future intentions presuppose say na say o declare me say menya parliamentarian biu it dey say we yi sa man for na free ho no ye beko by election da bay. It from a ne kosi a year December 7th no ma sa manfo no nipa for no e ba ye no hwa no mo anya representation wo ho eti nipa dodo na to aba ma ye no you are denying them a representation in parliament. The abuse of a year constitution no, because constitution is a political document. Eti ekwanya omofe no omope no omode constitution wo mumienu nyina da wo mumienu nyina etwaje wo ma agwaye obi constitution no yenkonko read article 97 and then can mean politics. A member of parliament shall vacate their seat in parliament
if the member leaves
the
political party
where gene in our kind
which they were member
at
the time of the election
to
parliament and joins another
party
or if they seek to remain in parliament.
In the first place Yemusa say Cynthia Morrison were free MPP mako join NDC ana Debbie tienio. So constitution article 97 1G no was say a member of parliament shall vacate his seat if free one on the party nim eko join another party e wa bra ya to aba man on the ticket of the party. So the constitution ne person ye nyina ne say ye to aba ma wa en cross carpet wo yes who deny manfo no wo mo de o mo pe. It was this wako join another party since Morrison wako join another party Debbie papa your friend say yes yama for me na wako join another party Debbie ko ye traso.
If they seek to remain in parliament,
if they seek to remain in parliament. Yanga say if they declare their intention that in the next election, when they want to be independent, declare them as a young. If they seek to remain in parliament. Since Jamora say waka chere a year, speaker say free na de koye beto aba, me ye independent candidate in parliament. Waka chere no. What they communicate kosa. But constitution is if they seek to remain in parliament as what? Independent candidate.
As independent candidates.
I know they are yen in tonchene. Don't go back. Don't go press independent in famra. Now so I can't share with speaker say friend that come many MPP in your business view, many NDC in your business view. Name moment I'll be independent in parliament here. If I speak at home, so I say next election and I'm independent if I won't obey. To
H. If the member was elected.
If the member was elected
as an independent candidate.
And
subsequently joins.
There be okay G in your way.
If they seek to remain in parliament as an independent member. What am DBC here?
But Twaso G no Twaso. And now when your constitution download the bill where you phone so. Nanyan tentem why? Nya na ko Google akọ ye short to be ani ade. Constitution there so be anya bie. Munsua. Eye English ni atworo constitution enye huhuhu bia usua ye bo anu akwa kusua. Why? Constitution do akra is the simplest English ni ade atworo. The simplest of English. Emo obi ahurahura lawyer for na ahurahura ne ayi de nemo dad ne ayi ahurahura me mo monyum film so ko am cheche manfo nim de hia pa no so mu constitution kwajo ye kan o
am here there
o hwe me de download bi article say 97. So the legislature, okay, so 97 no, 97 1G. I say a member of parliament shall vacate his seat in parliament. G, if he leaves the party of which he was a member at the time of election to parliament to join another party or seek to remain in parliament as an independent candidate. Then H, if he was elected a member of parliament as an independent candidate and joins a political party. It is a nyoma mienu na aban Bagbin so de agina so na wade advocate o musit enya no correct. And we need interpretation from the Supreme Court on this. Enya no correct. Even a first year law student reading this will know. But the entia wade we be ye MPP a be ye normal. And it's a MPP tna ho emi ye de be ye ayi Michael Kwe. Professor Michael Kwe e de be ye former MP. Ever declare the seat vacant. Avere ne aba ye de ball techi no. Ba fansa bra. Shaw ye de abo. Speaker Michael Kwe say wrong.
Michael Kwe interview no ye.
Or no say wrong. Some penimfo we pa. Oh ye binra. So o mine no kure na anymore. No kure. Se wudi no kure dia. Enenya ne say ka atwa abo wi o. Because already idea we are. Mr. First year law students should even understand that the whole motive of a year article 97 is a yampa cross carpeting. But since Morrison cast were free a year can say ni seat in any NDC acquire juma in parliament. And also or say me intent, I have an intention say a nadia me buy in the 4 years me MPP ni name the next election I kono me person me independent candidate. Intent. And the speaker to me making ruling on intent, future intentions. Next speaker Tanase, I'm making ruling on future intentions. And then Obian to me can be my MPP. You got that? Because mu yebi, mu boni mu yadi to me mamu na mu di boni. The ekwa na me bisa President Akufo say, Mr. President, with the greatest of respect to you, MPP di aye wo wonsam ye yofe. Ye musa Akufo do sa question we na. Mr. President say woda MPP no de aye wo wonsam no eye wo fe. So be fa MPP na wo ka ho, na Alanchemate ka ho, Kennedy Japan ka ho, Kwabena Japan ka ho, Adeni mo ka ho, wo bia ka ho, na ye de share wonsa. Na under wo leadership. And then for the first time my MPP after 1979 30 something years down the lane, yako election MPP nimu papa eti wo President Akufo Addo yofe. To me bedi ni pansa nsem funu sa. Ene mrante ne mabawa nanka ordinarily ya maba mo muntimi stand MP kura on their own merit. Mo ba ye nya contract ba kumienu a obi agye so ye leader. Everybody thinks he's a leader. Nkrofo bu out mu se katumi amamye ya nye Akufo-Addo no mo ankasa anko bisa say how would they have survived? All of a sudden everybody thinks he's a leader because ohunu sika. Na omo bra ye ma party no ankasa ne ade no afi ye kwa ne akutu no. Eno na dia party number. Omo bra party no ye kwa ne akutu no. Etimitie na maybe sin cancer bodu ne papa wo mabre asante your friends if just sechere east ne ho ane ade wo chena wakọ one term wakọ two di aka ne yi ne na wo chena ye ma me position besi o ene one term no wakọ me ma ne nko bi nka no makọ akotu no enyo na bere tena ho ama poma ba ye obefa adwabe ne wo mse adwabe ndo de wo fom de ane ade na nso wo de wo fom akonfo ne awatena wakọ ba kwa ma ne nko mienu yenya sika ye kutu no kwayo
level
sa na Akufo-Addo de na ye ene ye ne
suhum the same thing
suhum
one term
oboafo ho awan no wono obetu hwan ya
operansa
opariansa na opari akosai
four terms
to akoba ako wachechere party all of a sudden yesu obi anya sika ntu okutu no ejora Stephen team the party ya ye o munsam ntie ye hey muhwe yo na maka kire mo mu lusu de ebemo mo lusu ani nyina ya to so mu lusu hwe ebehwe awuradi nyame emse Justin Kodua na bi no kura no no memena kwa abruchiri ono be ko nya sai behwe no menua no mepena asempa but wo mu die ko lusu ebehwe no I'm telling you MPP a minority nyame kura na aye ne sai pene sa ebe mo mani abra ye campaign Jerry ai ebe mi omani abra ye campaign edi Afenyo make kwanutum na yenkoye campaign ni enka nkire manfo ne said ya ye mugya ye next parliament no na NDC for majority said ye ne o maye ya and in 2 months in the way NDC be sia dream no the way this was here dre woman o ma be form lantos parliament be there ai sen ka fe na ko ma prepare ayi lithium deal ni ade ne be famu ni we last minute deal
another speaker can say another Supreme Court judges be crowd ha
yes ye pass woman but we no enkosi hwe
and after tax waivers
amo the NDC for moja majority so de be ye hwe se medi be din simu na businessmen NDC ayi parliamentarian je o mu giska free Akufo-Addo pa ai wo mu giska o mu maka mi so bia ntimi nya hwe ne no kore no parliamentarians NDC for no wo mu ye business ye be pass ayi ministers wo mu ko giska Akufo-Addo bramuska se seska mo mu tam Bank of Ghana ekosi dan wo mu ye hu dede ani aseseska ko tam obi ntimi ncheme wo mu nim se meka no kore mo ba ye dunua boroba promo Sabini what did you echo? Dia na ye wa yi no.
Abusia na ti se eno ene banter sisi a eda eye Parliament of Ghana ti se eja na eda wo ho na de fire service for current mi nkwanche sa fire no he depa any update bi afri ho a me de ebaba be so mo na me ka wo say ye ba beto aba ye be hia sumdue because Ghana ya sumdue my ni santi mo ma ye mbo ya sumdue ehu ban me din ede na na ekwa sanso a makram